Here's an interesting one. This is the Conservative MP and Deputy Chair Lee Anderson, a man who sometimes courts controversy, but he said something I think that will chime with a lot of people on one side of the argument. He's argued that bus services in the north of England are more important than HS2. His quote for you: "What good is it? That little old lady sat looking through her bungalow window at a train going by at 120 miles per hour, a train that she'll never get on because she never goes to London or Manchester or whatever, but she can't even get from her village to the next village to a doctor's appointment or to see her friend. What a load of nonsense. We need to get our buses sorted and our regional connectivity sorted before we think about HS2. It's kind of the direction of travel of the government, reallocating the money into infrastructure, but infrastructure that will be in place a lot sooner and that will make a lot more difference to the people living and working there." What does this say about us as a country, though? Penny Gaines, chair of the Stop the HS2 campaign. We kind of knew it was coming. He's going to say it in his speech today. How are you feeling about it, Penny?
Well, we're really hopeful at the moment, but obviously we're waiting like everyone else for the actual speech to come. The thing is, though, this is death by a thousand cuts. They've already cut the east leg to Leeds. They're pausing Euston. They dropped the link to Heathrow and to HS1 a long time ago. We think that they ought to pull the plug and just cancel HS2 in its entirety. The Infrastructure Projects Authority a few weeks ago announced that HS2 was a red rating, which means it's unachievable. There's all the same arguments we've always said about there's no business case because HS2 was always around this idea if you could get to meeting in London faster, that would somehow magically turn into an economic benefit to the country. There's no carbon-based case because HS2 Limited's own figures say that if once HS2 is running, it'll be 120 years before it becomes carbon neutral. And as we've seen, there's no money to pay for it, and the cost is just going up and up and up. So we think HS2 ought to be scrapped in its entirety. But if they just scrap the leg that they've been talking about today, that's good news for us. And we're hopeful.
What's behind this for you? What is the most important argument against it? Is it business? Is it practicality? Is it connectivity? Is it the environment? What's driving you?
But me personally, I've said from the start that the alternative to more travel for business and that type of thing is video conferencing. We used to say that there were children in school who were using video conferencing to talk to people in schools abroad, and that when they went into work and were in charge of businesses and so on, they'd be doing much more video conferencing and digital technologies. But as we all found over the last few years with the pandemic, everyone knows how to use Zoom or digital technologies. Everyone is used to video conferencing. So a change that we thought was going to take sort of a decade or two, it took a few weeks. And we really think that's the future, more digital technologies.
Is it bad optics for Rishi Sunak? He's going to take that, let's pluck another figure, who knows, 36 billion, and he's going to reinvest it in projects that are much closer to the here and now and will have much more impact on the practicality of people's daily lives. Why is that bad optics?
Oh, well, that's good optics. And that was always the alternative to HS2. The alternative that was originally suggested was a package of railway projects that would bring more benefits to more people more quickly. And the other advantage of doing a package of projects is you can adapt what you're doing. You can say, we'll do this, this, and this. And then we were going to do that, that, and that. But it turns out some other project is a much better way forward. The thing we've seen with HS2 is it was introduced in 2010 under the last Labour government. You still can't catch an HS2 train. You won't be able to catch an HS2 train till the very earliest 2029. It's such a long it's been so long and there still aren't any benefits to ordinary people. So package projects, things like the bus that your earlier listener was talking about, being able to catch a bus to the next village.